Hi guys! Today I'll show you how to make eggplant parmesan. We'll make the sauce, cook the eggplant, and bake the whole thing with cheese. This is a wonderful vegetarian dish that feeds a lot of people. It's perfect for a party. The eggplant's texture will be similar to meat, so it's a very hearty meal and appeals to vegetarians and non-vegetarians. All the ingredients are listed in the description below. For the sauce, we'll need whole plum tomatoes. This is one of the few times canned is better than fresh, unless it's the peak of summer and you can get tomatoes that actually taste like tomatoes. 2 medium onions chopped, 8 cloves of garlic, about a tablespoon and a half chopped, salt, sugar, red chili flakes, and fresh basil. I'll be using 2 large Italian eggplants, 1½ cups of plain breadcrumbs with a 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 teaspoons of fresh oregano, and a teaspoon of fresh marjoram leaves chopped. This is the fresh oregano. If you don't have fresh, substitute 1 teaspoon of dried oregano and a 1/2 teaspoon of dried marjoram or dried thyme. Any of these herbs will work fine in this recipe. This is 1 cup of Pecorino Romano cheese grated. I'll mix 1/3 into the breadcrumbs and use the rest when layering the dish. Pecorino Romano is made from sheep's milk. It's tangy and has a stronger flavor. I like to use more of it in this recipe. Parmesan is made from cow's milk. It's nutty and milder. I'll grate some of the Parmesan wedge and put it on the top layer. You can use both cheeses or just one. It's completely up to you. A pound of fresh mozzarella that I'll slice thinly. 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour with a few pinches of salt and black pepper. Eggs and milk with a little salt and pepper. We'll also need olive oil. I've sliced the eggplant. It's about a 1/4 inch thick. After we bread the eggplant, you can fry it or bake it. I'm baking because I don't want to stand over the stove for a long time. You'll still get a nice crispy eggplant when you bake it. Heat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Lightly oil a baking sheet. Use vegetable oil or olive oil. The breaded eggplant will bake on the sheet. Mix the flour with the salt and pepper, breadcrumbs with cheese and herbs. Beat the eggs with milk, salt, and pepper. The usual order for breading: flour, eggs, breadcrumbs. Dip each slice of eggplant in the flour. Shake off the excess. Dip in the egg and let the excess drip off. Press the breadcrumbs and cheese onto the eggplant. Use your non-eggy hand or a spoon. Place the breaded eggplant on the oiled baking sheet. Since I'm using 2 large eggplants, I'll need 3 sheets. Most of us don't have 3 sheets, so use a baking pan like this 9 by 13 or a larger ceramic baking pan like this one. Any oven-safe dish works and the eggplant will get crispy in all 3 pans. The baking sheet is best because it's metal and not deep. Cooking time is 20 to 25 minutes on each side until the pieces are golden brown. After about 20 minutes, turn them over and cook for another 20. If you're frying them, do so in a little bit of oil for a few minutes on each side. I did 2 slices for my daughter when she came home from school and wanted a quick snack. Put a little cheese on top and she loved it. Kids will eat eggplant if it's crispy and cheesy. For the sauce, pour the whole tomatoes into a food processor and pulse a few times. It should not be completely smooth. Heat up a pan and pour in a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Add the chopped onions and garlic. 1/4 teaspoon salt. Sauté until soft and golden. Add the red pepper flakes, salt, and sugar. A note on the red pepper flakes: add a 1/2 teaspoon now and add more later if you want to. I added 1 teaspoon because I like my tomato sauce spicy. I think it goes well with the mild eggplant and all the cheese. Pour in the crushed tomatoes. Add a sprig of basil. It's easier to remove later. If you have a sprig of oregano, you can add that also, or 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Cover and cook for 30 minutes, stirring occasionally. Leave a little space open when you put the lid on. After the first 20 minutes, taste and add more salt, sugar, or chili flakes according to your taste. The sauce is ready. The eggplants are also ready. They are cooked, crispy, and golden brown. If you put the eggplants in the oven first and then make the sauce, both will be ready around the same time. I'll use my large ceramic dish because it will fit all the eggplant slices. Cover the bottom of the pan with a layer of sauce. Then the eggplant slices. Don't worry about them fitting perfectly. You can cut pieces to fit in the corners if you want it to look perfect. I sliced the mozzarella thinly, distribute it evenly over the eggplant, sprinkle on the pecorino romano, tear up fresh basil leaves and put them on top. More sauce, eggplant, mozzarella, pecorino romano, basil leaves, sauce, the last of the eggplant, mozzarella. I grated the Parmesan wedge on my rasp, sprinkled the Parmesan on top, don't cover the pan. Put it on the top rack of your oven and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. I like to put the pan under a broiler for 1 to 2 minutes at the end, so it looks like this. Be careful with the broiler and watch it because the cheese could burn very quickly. I pulled the pan out just in time. Let it sit for a few minutes as it is too hot to eat right now. This recipe makes 6 massive or 8 average servings. You will have leftover sauce, and I like to serve it on the side for anyone who likes extra sauce. It is easy to freeze for later use in any pasta dish. My daughter ate this and asked if there was meat in here. That tells you it's hearty. It's very satisfying, especially for cooler weather. Another comfort food recipe. I know this is more work than an easy weeknight dinner, that's why I make it on weekends. Try it and you'll find that it is worth the time and effort. If you have a family of 4, this is 2 meals. If you have a smaller family, portion out the leftovers and freeze it. Then you can just pull it out and heat it up on a busy weeknight. I do love reading your comments and responding, so feel free to leave them below. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.